Hello friends. So we have done some work on phonetics. We are in linguistics now. Phonetics, phonology, morphology. And now comes the next one, of course, is grammar. And the grammar, its etymology or its origin is from the Greek word grammatic. Grammatic or grammatic technique or grammatic technique. This is the Greek origin. Grammatic technique. That means use of letters. That's all. Use of letters. And the use of letters means read use of letters or the skill reading and writing. This is the etymological meaning from the Greek language. Now this is why when you spell the word grammar, Grammar, very often I have seen students making mistake. There's a matter, M-A-T-T-E-R, matter, mother, M-O-T-H-E-R, waiter, M-W-A-T-E-R, then fresher, F-R-E-S-H-E-R. So grammar, G-R-A-M-M-E-R. So that is very possible. Some 30% of students and some percentage of teachers, they make this mistake. So very often I say, grammar, that word does not have E, G-R-A-M-M-A-R. So I think that you will keep this in mind, grammar. Now, grammar, as you can see, as you know, so traditional grammar, say up to 1930s, whatever grammatical activities that took place from early, that is Aristotle, Plato's time to 1930, you call as traditional grammar. There's a cover term given to that. Traditional grammar. Now we are going to do traditional grammar, essay analysis, then PSG, not C. PSG, that is phrase structure grammar. And then we will be doing TG, X-bar theory. Further our course will come to an end with GB, that is government and binding. That's what we are planning. So the entire grammar, development in grammar. So first we start with traditional grammar. Grammar, already I told the definition is, as per the etymology, or the origin of this word, grammar means use of how to use letters, the skill in writing and reading and speaking. All these things come under grammar. So understand. Now, the good old definition of grammar was ars bene dicendi et bene scribendi. This is Latin. Ars bene. Bene means good. Beneficent, benevolence. Good. Ars means art. Ars poetica. Horace. So the art of poetry. So ars bene. Bene means good. Well. See, benefit, beneficent, beneficiary, benevolent. So this means good. Dicendi means dictate, speak. We say dictate, no, it comes from that. Dicendi. So in Latin, all the letters are pronounced. That's why we say dicendi. It's a phonetic language. Yes. Dicendi, yet and. Yet means and. Yet tu brute. Ulysses, understand? And bene means good. Scribendi. Scribendi means write. Scribere. script, answer script you see. That means what you write. So the definition of, the ancient definition of this grammar is ars bene dicendi et bene scribendi. Understand? Now, the basis of all education, was grammar first. Grammar school, you know. Grammar school. Shakespeare did not attend a grammar school, or he went to a grammar school. That means, don't think that there are only grammar is taught. Understand that? No, not like that. Just as Chandra Sri said, vegetarian hotel. You say, only vegetarian meals are. It's not like this here. It's not like that. So, grammar is the basis. Basis of all knowledge, art, all arts. Basis of all arts, there is a grammar school. So, in good old days, there were only 3 subjects taught. That is, grammar, then second one was dialectics, means argument, and rhetoric. Dialectics, that is, and grammar. So these are the 3 subjects. We call them the triumvirate. Triumvirate means 3 main persons. Rome was once ruled by triumvirates. 3 persons instead of 1. So rulers of Rome. Like that, triumvirate in the realm of, in the field of education. Rhetoric means the art of speaking. Demosthenes the great rhetorician. Rhetorician, not rhetorician, rhetorician. Yes. So that is rhetoric, dialectics and grammar. Not we don't like be woke, or that is be occasional, become occasional. Then you have got fashion technology. Now you have got fashion technology, biotechnology, and things like that. No such thing. Only 3 subjects. That is rhetoric, dialectics, and the grammar. Understand? That is how important was grammar in those days. Grammar means good. Something. Grammar decides which is good, which is bad. Even now we say the grammar of listen, the grammar of this essay, not that the grammar of this project. We say. Just as we say the chemistry of the relationship, we say the grammar of this project. Yes. So it is as important as that. That's what I am trying to do. The grammar is very important. Therefore, what is grammar? It's a complex set of relations, you can say. The complex set of relations. When you think about this, you know, he eats mango. Now what happens is, if you don't know the relationship of this small sentence, then you do not know, you cannot make out the meaning. So grammar is a complex that link sounds of the language with meaning. These are sounds of language. And with meaning. Eats, sound, phonemes. He is meaning. So we come to understand that he is subject, verb, and then object. Then we will say this is a kernel sentence. Now we say like that, or a basic sentence. If you don't know the relationship, how can you find out the meaning? You cannot. So it's a complex set of relationship, we can say, as such. It specifies well-formed sentences, means correct sentences, and assign them a description. So you have got, for example, 2 sentences. He going to school, and they go to school. Now you are getting 2 sentences here. You have to assign. What would you assign? You have to say a description you have to assign. And you have to say which one is well formed and which one is ill formed. Good or bad. Now you will know, you will describe. How will you say? Subject, verb, object. I mean not object but the place where you are going. Isn't it? Go to school. This is the intransitive verb, so it cannot have an object. So I do. So it's there are two sentences here. One is he go to school. You will say it is not well formed. Why? We will say this is third person singular, and so we will say this is not well formed sentence. Then it says they go to school is well formed. And then you describe the subject go, object. So not object but verb. Since it is intransitive verb, we cannot take an object. So that is an adverb. Adverb of place. When you describe like this, see, you can understand the meaning effectively. Another thing I tell you, how important is this description. They are playing cards. See that? We have sentences like this. They are playing cards. Now you can have two meanings here. See the way you describe, you say they are playing cards. That's all. The other one is they are playing cards. So this. Seriously. If you assign a meaning, you specify a sentence and then assign a description to that. If you fail to assign a description to this, then you will you will not understand the meaning. So here, what is the description here? So they subject are playing verb, cards object. When you say they are playing cards, what does that mean? That is a complement. That is, they are completing this sentence. See how different the sentence meaning changes. If you don't know. So grammar does this. This is one of the functions of grammar. Assign a description. And it consists of signals. Signals. So what do you call it? Devices you have got. It has, just now I showed you devices to signal the structural meaning. Isn't it? When you see this, one is complement, the other is objects. So describing, yeah. Then you see, it deals with another definition is it deals with the morphemes and their combinations. Morpheme, smallest meaningful unit, you know. So there are combinations. For example, grammar will specify, or grammar will tell you that this is a boy's hair. So that is how the morphemes are combined. Boy plus s. Boys. But suppose it is boys, no apostrophe, then it is plural. Listen, how morphemes are combined and to give meaning. So ultimately, grammar, the aim of grammar is to give you, to specify well-formed sentences and also to assign a meaning to them. That is, we come to what we call the traditional grammar. What is this traditional grammar? It's a misunderstood term. It is a traditional grammar. Some people know, they are very familiar and they consider themselves linguists. What is traditional grammar? Or they are saying teaching this. In traditional grammar, it is I. But in modern grammar, it's me. In traditional grammar, you will say, he is taller, my brother is taller than I. But in modern grammar, you will say, my brother is taller than me. That way they consider it. It's a misunderstood term. They consider it, they look down upon traditional grammar. But remember, without this traditional grammar, you will not have a modern grammar. That's the thing. So don't look down, don't condemn traditional grammar. It's a misunderstood term. Now what actually is traditional grammar? And when did these things, see grammar, and already we are seeing the Greeks. So it began with Plato, then Aristotle, then afterwards they are They are the demigods, yes, people say like this. Some, yeah. Plato and Stoic grammarians. You have come across this, no? Let's say Plato first. Plato, Aristotle. For everything you go to. Then Stoic grammarians. Stoic grammarians. You have got them, isn't it? You have Stoic grammarian, and then you have the scholastic debates. Scholastic debates. Scholastic debates of the Middle Ages. Of the Middle Ages. Scholastic debates of the Middle Ages. Then you have got the philosophical controversies of rationalists. Philosophical controversies of rationalists and empiricists, rationalists and empiricists. And again you have got when you come to 18th century, it is Dr. Johnson, the towering figure, and Bishop Lowth. Dr. Johnson's dictionary, first of its kind, a complete dictionary of the English language, the greatest of all lexicographers, dictionary makers, like that is 1755. Published this dictionary, a complete dictionary of the English language. And 1762, Bishop Lowth. Those days bishops were interested in linguistics. So that bishop, except the height, we can say. That is the zenith of for the grammatical activity. That is 18th century. Now, all I can say, you have heard of R.L. Whiteman, Randall L. Whiteman. R.L. Whiteman, not dark man, don't misunderstand. He says that a traditionalist is one who, a traditionalist is one, anyone of this we can say. A traditionalist is anyone who worked before the 1930s, means before the structural revolution. 1930 is the cut-off date for the structural revolution. So, when you say about, when you say that traditional grammarians or grammar, right beginning with Plato, Aristotle, Stoic grammarians, Stoicism, resigning to everything. Then Middle Ages, scholastic debates of the Middle Ages. Scholastic debates that are going on in schools, means universities and so on, about grammar, what is grammar, what is correctness and things like that. Philosophical controversies of rationalists and empiricists. That is rationalists and empiricists. I think empiricism means people who base their knowledge on experience, empiricism. Rationalism, reason. Then 18th century, yes, up to this. So you can say up to 1930s, whatever activities took place in the field of grammar, you give a cover name, a cover label to that, and that is traditional grammar. So that is, next question was, the next step or the milestone was the structural revolution. Understand? So now we have come to what is the etymological meaning. Ars bene, dicendi et scribendi. And you see what is grammar in general, for the purpose. And now we are studying. R.L. Whiteman, this is what Whiteman said, up to 1930. Whatever activities that took place up to 1930s. Now, what is this fault about traditional grammar that people are saying? See, it's a Frank Palmer's Grammar, there is a book, a very small book. Now, he gives a list of faults, the faults of traditional grammarians. And of course, we will be dealing with that in the next class. Not as some professors say that I will tell you later. Okay. So there is the traditional grammars are where or are, you can available even now, They are prescriptive, and normative. This is the problem. That means rule-based. Simple language says just rule-based. Everything is a rule. Rule 1, rule for grammar, rule for plurals, plural making, everything is rule. Understand that? Rule-based. So, traditional grammars were rule-based. That is moralistic. Traditional grammars were moralistic. When you have got rule, naturally what will happen is there will be this good bad things come. You have got 10 commandments. If all the things, if you observe everything, then it's good. If you deviate from that, then it is bad. So, traditional grammars were moralistic, means good bad. Now, in the good old days when we were students, the conversation book will be sprinkled with a generous sprinkling of red marks with red inks. That is mistake. But today we don't make such a thing. Listen, that's all. We have got a new concept called interlanguage. That means, in between, say you start learning language, then after someday you reach perfection. Before that, the language that you use is called interlanguage. The studies are going on in interlanguage. And these days again we have changed our attitude to corrections and errors. We have changed. There is a great change in the sense that we don't say something is wrong, but we say that's also one way of expressing or communicating. Now today more importance is given to communication. Whether it serves the purpose of communication, then it is okay. That's what the attitude today. The attitude towards error is like that. It is very democratic. The error, our approach to error is very democratic. Everybody makes error, so what is that we say? So, moralistic, good or bad we say. Understand? Dr. Johnson's dictionary. So, it is moralistic approach. So, rule that must be observed. Rule should be observed. So, the Mark Lester, you have heard of Mark Lester? Mark Lester, yes. He says that what is traditional grammar? It is a confused blend of prescriptive and descriptive rules. A confused blend, he says. Confused blend of prescription. Prescription. And now what is prescription? When you go to a doctor with your, you say, what is your complaint? The doctor, and then he says, there's such a problem. Then he prescribes. So what is prescribed means? Something that you should do. If he prescribes some 15 tablets and also timing also. 15, you have only 24 hours. And then you get 15 tablets, then how do you eat it? But it will be written there. Before meals, after meals, in between meals, then at bedtime, then before bedtime, after bedtime, how are we going to eat? We don't know. That's all our problem. It's not the problem of the doctor. So that is something that you have to do. That is prescriptive. Normative again means the same. The norms, are norms. Norms means rule. So you have to observe certain norms in a college. When you are in the college. Outside the campus it's okay. But inside the campus, norms. Means some rules you have to observe. So, rule-based. Yes, the traditional grammars were rule-based. If you take up the famous grammar now, Wren and Martin, the early editions. Now it is some professor, a great professor, has revised it for Indian students. Professor Prasad Rao, isn't it? But before that you can see Wren and Martin rules. Rule 1, Rule 2, Rule 3, Rule 4. Then exceptions to that. Understand that? That is all. So it's a rule-based, traditional rule. Rule-based grammar. And moralistic also. Good, bad. There's nothing in between. There is no fuzzy language, so isn't it? we have got the concept of fuzzy these days. Fuzzy sense we have got. Fuzzy logic. So just as today we have got a new type of grammar called fuzzy grammar. And what is this fuzzy grammar? Means we are able to make in what's a traditional way say make mistake. What is that? Suppose somebody says he vended yesterday. Okay, you understood it. No? You understood. He vended yesterday. But according to strict grammar, it is not allowed. Right? So you can say that is a fuzzy language. So there's some flexibilities there these days, but not in those. Very strict. You get in commerce student books science like this or this. Only two science like this. One is tick, the other is YouTube. If you have got some days beginners, they will have 20, 25 Hindus in one page. That is enough to give a shock to that boy or girl, that student. Oh, and the boy or girl will exclaim, it's impossible for me to learn English. Understand? So you get particular you get desperate. You cannot move forward because everything is a mistake. If there is no comma, that is mistake. If there is no full stop, that is big mistake. So that was the other thing. Understand? So what is traditional grammar? It's a confused message. It is a, according to Mark Lester, we saw now this complete a confused blend of prescription and description. That's what he says. But auto-aspersion, you have heard of auto-aspersion. Auto-aspersion. The Danish philologist, he says that rules are necessary. That is very interesting. Rules are necessary. This especially for those who are learning English as a second language. Rules are must. You have to obey rules. You must have rules and you should have. So there are people in this 20th century supporting traditional grammars and rule-based grammars. There is a traditional method of describing sentences in what we call now read Kellogg diagram. I don't know whether you have heard of this. Read Kellogg diagram. That is or arcade diagram for short. Arcade diagram. This is if you are interested in history and the history of grammar. There is a tool. There is a traditional tool. It's a traditional tool for describing sentences, diagram. Understand? And then says a sentence like this. See, dogs bark. Your sentence. Dogs bark. You have a sentence like this. Now, if you want to describe, put a line like this. See that? This is dogs bark. Suppose there are modifiers and qualifiers. What will you do? See, for example, you have a sentence. Fish swim. The little girl plucked some flowers from the garden. Suppose you have a sentence like this. How are you going to represent this in a read Kellogg diagram? How are you going to do this? First, the main thing is girl plucked flowers. So that you will write like this. Girl then plucked flowers. That is. This is the main. Now the qualifiers or modifiers. Here you have two. So the little. So it goes with the little girl plucked some flowers from the garden. Some flowers from the garden. So this is how it will be described. The little girl plucked some has to come. Some flowers from the garden. Some flowers from the garden. This is a read Kellogg diagram. This is not used now, but it's modifications. Actually, when you see the IC cut and all those things, now what is it? It's modification. So this is read Kellogg diagram. Now today what we did is we covered an area called traditional grammar. What is traditional grammar? And what is the tool used by traditional grammar? You want to note this down, you can do that. So that is read Kellogg diagram, the traditional tool description. Now what is traditional grammar? It is rule based, prescriptive and normative. That's one point to note. And who are the traditional grammarians from BC Plato up to 18th century? Or as R.L. Whiteman says, Randall L. Whiteman says, all those people who worked in this area from the BC, from Plato up to 1930s. What is the importance of 1930s? The importance of 1930s is that you have got the start of the structure of the revolution. Up to that is traditional grammarians and traditional grammar, and it is rule based. So, but some people object to that, but many people they support it. Like Otto Espersen support that, especially second language learners should learn rules and try to apply them. Understand? We will continue this as I told you. This only just began as a tip of an iceberg. Traditional grammar. We will go right up to the government and binding. If you follow me and follow my classes, and if you have any doubts, you can contact me. You can also visit my website englishforme.in. englishforme.in. So you will get all the details and how to contact and things like that. You can see. You can also subscribe so that you will be in touch with me. Whenever I upload a video, you will get a message. So you can follow closely. Together we will be able to do a lot of good work in this area. Grammar from traditional to up to this government and binding. Understand? I think in almost all the universities you have a paper on grammar. Traditional grammar up to from there you begin and go up to government and binding. And in between you have got X bar, it's a very beautiful area, X bar, then TG and this modern concepts and so on. It's very interesting, yes. So at least for the sake of knowledge or again if you have this now you get better understanding of the language. That's the language. That's a great pleasure now, especially if you are doing your English for PG, post graduation. It is that you must be a master of all these things. That's why I am saying that you should subscribe and then get in touch. Okay? Bye.